Cool. Welcome. Welcome to Damaged Goods. My name is Lamb, and today I have a reaction video for you guys. So the video is about Drake getting back with his baby mama after the hot sauce condom fiasco. Quite interesting. However, I think there's going to be a lot more in here than just about this Drake and his baby moms. But let's hear this young man's thoughts about the situation. Shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson for the video, and let's jump right in.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Dima, I'ma be on the music. So Drake has been, he's been buzzing a long time this week, right? And that is because he supposedly got sued by an Instagram model in which, yeah, so like after he hit that from the back, he took the condom out and he poured hot sauce in it. So that was to, get rid of the sperm. So he found her going into the trash and she tried to pour, the sperm inside of her and it mixed with hot sauce and it burned her coochie. So this has been a big thing for Drake. But
real quick, yo, Drake, you are a funny ass guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Niggas have been making memes of you for years, but this I have to say takes the cake. This is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Someone, this is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard. Pouring hot sauce in a condom, and then the girl tries to steal your sperm, and she takes the greatest L of 2022. It's pretty early to the year started out with some stupid shit already. Yeah. Yeah, record we're already off to a great start.
It appears that Drake may be off the market. Now, media takeout is pretty shady, but
Hold up. Okay. So he just put this article on the screen and it says Instagram model Drake put hot sauce in condom to stop me from stealing sperm. Yes, Drake did his due diligence. He trusted himself enough to know that you are not a woman that I will finish the deed in. Thus, I'm going to eliminate my sperm for you to not steal it to then try to come back and fuck me at a later point in time. I'm going to say this. Even if this wasn't Drake, this is an issue for all men across the world. Because any woman could legitimately just steal your sperm, have your child, and then claim child, and then just say, yeah, well, I have his baby, I deserve child support. However, she didn't even attempt to even let this man possibly see his child, or he didn't even want the child. The problem here is that there needs to be some form of legislation put in place to protect men against women like this. Because this is a problem that is going to plague men going forward. Men need to have some form of reproductive rights, like women have reproductive rights. So, a woman stealing a man's sperm and being able to then try to bend him backwards, that is a huge issue. And that's essentially what this young lady tried to do. And she paid the penalty for it. Good job for you, Drake, protecting yourself.
But they typically have about an 80% accuracy, and a lot of y'all be like, sad music, O'Shea, you're always messing up or reporting your facts. Stop the show. I know, I don't care. The thing is, I'm funny, and my stuff has substance, so even if I get it wrong, you're still gonna watch. So shut up! Anyways, Drake had a baby by this chick named Sophie. If I'm not mistaken, she was a porn star. Booty clapping sounds? Now that's interesting, to have a baby with a porn star. I've seen some of her videos on X videos, and she was getting taken down a lot.
Okay, real quick. Regardless of who Drake has a baby with, it don't really matter because it just fucking doesn't. Like, if Drake has a baby with a porn star, if Drake had a baby with a school teacher, if Drake had a baby with a stripper, what does it fucking matter? And on top of that, no one wants to hear about your research, you know what I'm saying, whatever you do by yourself. I don't want to hear anything about what you watch late at night, bro. You know, there ain't enough time in the world to be doing all that stupid shit. So all I gotta say is keep that nasty shit to yourself.
But they're currently on vacation with their son Adonis. Now the baby looks so racially ambiguous. Now Drake is half black, half Jewish, but they're in Turks and Caicos. They've been there for almost a little bit of a week, and according to insiders, they're going to try to make it work. This insider is supposed to be, it's supposed to be reliable. Now they co-parent very well together.
So I'm going to say I'm very glad to hear that, even if it's a rumor. It's a good thing that Drake wants to sit down and make this situation work for his son. You know, too many times we see that there are situations that there's a fallout between the man and the woman, and then the woman essentially tries to weaponize the child, you know. And again, in this case, she can't. He's Drake. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do to try to weaponize this child from Drake? Nothing. But the purpose is, you know, Drake has sat down and used a lot of his career to express his negative feelings about his situation, you know, between his mom and dad, and how he wished that situation played out in a way where it was more favorable for him, you know, being able to have both his parents. So I really love to sit here and hear that, even though it's a rumor, Drake is going to make it work with the mother of his child after this sperm ban, essentially. And, you know, he's thinking about his son, and I feel like that's the main thing that's lost. There's too many cases of women trying to weaponize the child against the man, or the child against the father. I remember even seeing a video where a mom called the child's dad a rapist, and he had three kids with this lady, and his children are essentially grown women, and this lady lied to her children to essentially keep them from the dad. And you have too many cases like this you have too many men like this who deal with issues of that magnitude. And, you know, because he's Drake, he's not really going to have something like that, but he has to deal with foolishness like this, women trying to steal his sperm and then essentially bend him backwards.
They were doing their things and stuff like that. Now, this is a picture of Drake, they're hanging out, kicking it, and all of that. But I kind of want to talk about the kind of man that Drake is in comparison to the normal guy. Because, see, you know...
You can't compare Drake to the normal guy. I want to say that right now. Because Drake is Drake. And I am me. Like, I could DM any girl right now and she probably won't respond. But Drake could DM any girl right now. And we already know the end of the story. So, yeah.
High value guys or high earning guys, these kind of guys don't always have what we consider exclusive relationships. We've seen this with...
That is not true. You perceive men of Drake's value to not have exclusive relationships. Well, guess what? Jeff Bezos was married. Jeff Bezos is like the richest guy on the fucking planet before his divorce. So, when you're saying non-exclusive, I mean, you know, we know about Bill Gates with his whole divorce. We found out that he was essentially still dating a girl that he met way back before he married his wife. But that was within the prenup that his wife agreed to. So in a situation like that, I could understand what you're saying. But in a situation like this, we don't really know anything because nothing's yet to unfold. Again, it's still a rumor.
We've seen this with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. That
No, we did not see this with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett herself just cheated. Infidelity times 1,000. We've yet to hear at any point in time that Will Smith had another partner. She definitely cheated. What did she call it? She called it I can't even think of the word right now. But essentially she was saying that she was vulnerable, but she slept with one of her son's friends. Even though August Alsina is still a star, it doesn't really change the fact that Will Smith's wife stepped out of their marriage. We have no context of Will Smith doing the same. So we can't really compare the two.
In order for the relationship to work, there are things that have to be, done, right? And that's what needs to happen. There's no way that Drake is going to be faithful to her. It can't be. She has to know what Drake's about. Drake is going to be able to go and come as he please.
We can't really sit here and make a judgment call of what Drake's relationship is going to be like with this lady. And on top of that, if I'm going to, again, it's a rumor, if I'm going to sit down and make the relationship work for my family, the last thing I want is tabloids to be catching me cheating on my wife, knowing that I'm trying to make this relationship work for my son. You're thinking ass backwards. But
with her, and the relationship maybe is like, okay, we're much more exclusive than what we once were. But you're gonna need to be able to handle that, because I just can't see Drake being faithful to any woman. He don't have to be. He'll never be like that, and that's just his lifestyle. I want to talk about guys who want to live such a lifestyle. A lot of guys lie about, cheating, lie about sleeping with different girls. And, I used to be like that too. Girls would ask me about, who I'm dating and what I want to do. I would tell them, like, no, I'm just going to see you. Then, I'm sloppy. I'm going to get caught up because the phone is there and all the booties is there and all the twerk videos is in my phone. Well, they're going to find out that I'm lying, right? So now what I do, if that's the case, I let people know. There are plenty of people that I'm dating. That's just who I am. Now, it's not plenty of people who I'm dating, but I'm just saying if I was to do that. And do you know how many have said, like, oh, I can't date you?
Okay, so basically you've informed me that you're a messy man. Your main concern in reference to a relationship is pleasure-based and not partner-based, so you're not really concerned about any long-term situation. You're more concerned about, I'm going to get my rocks off. And this is more of a mutual arrangement of, we're going to pleasure each other. We might fancy each other to a conversation every now and again, but clearly there's not much more to the relationship than that.
Like, nobody says, I can't date you because, you're dating like 3 or 4 different girls, or 2 or 3 different girls. Now, there are times where I don't date anybody, right? That was like, earlier this year where I was just like, not messing around with nobody. Earlier this year where I was just like, not messing around with nobody.
Nobody is going to say that they can't date you because you're dating multiple people. So you're technically not dating anyone. You're just at this point, you're just playing the field. We're not talking about anything exclusive. So you mentioned if young men want to live this kind of lifestyle, exclusivity is something that they should move away from. So now we're talking about being focused only on, again, pleasure seeking, which is fine if that's what you want. However, you cannot expect something that's long, fulfilling, and meaningful within a relationship when you're only seeking 30 to 45 minutes of bedroom fun, to be specific. But I would really say this. You haven't come across the person who's not willing to put up with stupid shit like that. Because to be honest, I as a man, I'm not going to waste my time on a girl who has 3 or 4 different men. Like, I'm not. Because it's like, I'm intentionally looking for a partner. And maybe that's what it comes down to. Maybe it comes down to what you're really looking for. That's really what this is. A relationship is a team-based game. And if you do not have the ability to cooperate, collaborate, and also be able to take criticism, your relationship is going to fail. But again, this is about pleasure seeking. Nothing that's being said here is about building meaningful, lasting relationships, which is why I think it's so great that Drake is deciding to make it work with the mother of his child. Again, even though it's a rumor, Drake is thinking about the family structure. He's thinking about my child going off into the next generation and being better off than I was.
But there are times where, I want to just come out there and make it clear that, if I'm going to be with you or whatever, then that's what's going to happen. And guess what? I can say that because of the lifestyle that I'm now living. Not that it's great, but my life is it's exciting, right? Like, who wouldn't want to be in my life? I mean, it's that great. I have a lot of fun. I have people around me who love me. I have an excellent staff. I got an excellent manager. She got on my nerves. But, we have I got one of the best producers on both my channels. One of my guys from Kenya. I got SBK Lifestyle. So I have a lot of things that we're doing, and I'm happy about that. So I don't have to say that I'm going to be with you only when I don't have to. If you don't like it, then you can go. But I can also make the arrangement that I'm more exclusive with you than anybody else. And you'd be surprised. Most women will accept that.
Okay, and what he just said literally just proved my point. Because of your lifestyle, you now have the ability to say, okay, I could be more exclusive with you than anyone else. But in a relationship, you're already more exclusive with that. In a romantic relationship, you're already exclusive more with that individual than anyone else. You devote most of your time to that individual than anyone else. So if you're going to sit here and use the label of exclusive in a situation where you're technically not exclusive to someone, you need to pick a different word. And honestly, I'm even going to look up the word exclusive just so we have some real context before going any deeper into this video. Excuse me. Exclusive. There was two definitions. So I'm going to use the second one. Exclusive, restricted or limited to the person, group, or area concerned. So if I'm restricted to the person, group, or area concerned, I cannot be exclusive with multiple people. So let's continue.
I'm going to tell you why. They are not as exclusive with you as you believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the reality.
Incorrect, because if a woman is not exclusive with me, she's not with me. Understand what I'm saying. If a woman or man is not individually saying, yes, I am committed to you, you bounce.
Women who have options usually will use them. Men who have options, almost for sure, will use them. That's the thing that we're dealing with here.
And if you have options, it is okay that you exercise those options. However, when you're exercising your options, you're not exercising your options and throwing exclusivity in there. The two don't work. It just doesn't. I cannot exercise my options and then say I'm exclusive with you, but I still am exercising my options. Why the fuck don't you just exercise your options and don't throw any labels on it? Because at this point, you're now backing yourself into a corner. So I have a girlfriend. I step out on her. And I was with another woman multiple times. This woman is my option. However, I made a commitment saying I'm going to be exclusive or restricted to this person particularly, but then exercise my options. Thus far, I was not exclusive. I was exercising my options. So again, you need to pick your words more carefully because you're now just contradicting yourself.
And I think that this is a living reality for high-achieving men. They're going to have many women at their disposal. I think that because of what you're seeing right now in America, high divorce rates, people changing their minds. Think about women. Women can easily change their minds when they get ready, and it's okay. It's this hard problem when a man wants to change their mind. Women don't have to keep their word. And that's the one thing about we've seen in relationships and divorces and things like that. Women don't have to keep their word. Men have to.
The problem is when you pick a woman who's unable to keep her word, that was not a woman you vetted properly. That's all I gotta say. Like straight up. I mean, it's true. High value men are going to have multiple women at their disposal. So again, claiming exclusivity is just, that's just ass backwards thinking on your end. why am I going to sit here and say I'm going to be exclusive with you when I know I'm going to exercise my options? I could tell you instead, hey, I'm really into you, but I'm into you more than other people, but I still want other people. So at this point, there is no gray zone. There is no, oh, well, this is what we are. I told you straight up, I'm into you and I want to spend more time with you. However, I still want to be with other people. So I'm not saying that we're exclusive, but I'm exercising my options and being forthcoming about the situation. So exclusivity is nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, everybody falls short on their word at times, but you know, like to me, I'm not gonna pick a woman who's not going to sit down and just keep it a buck 50. Like that's pointless because that's not a good partner. No one should want to be with someone who's not going to be able to be consistent about what they're going to do for this person. Because again, this is a team-based game. Relationships are team-based. They're around two people coming together and saying, we're going to make this work. And then a marriage is an even greater commitment. So let's not even get into that.
I think that it's great that guys can have the options to pick and choose. Like, I really think that if a man wanted to marry like more than one woman in America, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be awesome. Even if one woman try to do it too, I guess.
No. You are not going to sit here and perpetuate this nonsensical bullshit. No. He's proved my point. His idea is to chase pleasure. He's proved my point, and this is why. Realistically speaking, in a marriage is in between three people: the man, the woman, and God, right? If a man, or I'll even use myself for example, let's say I want to marry 4 different women, and let's say I do have the financial means to do so. I, as an individual man, am not realistically able to meet the needs of 4 different women sexually, emotionally, mentally, as well as being able to cater to their hobbies, spend time with them. There's so many things that just can't be done in a marriage between that many people. Like, realistically, how the fuck am I going to meet the needs of 4 different women? Think about what he just said. Divorce rates are extremely high in America. That's between one man and one woman. So if women are leaving relationships or leaving marriages at 80%, how would it make sense for one man to maintain a marriage with multiple partners? How can a marriage realistically be? Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Tomfoolery at its finest. Tomfoolery at its finest. This makes no fucking sense. And the fact that you said this and you said, I think this would be awesome, shows that you are not competent. You are not aware of the shit you are saying, and you are not aware of how destructive what you just said is. Because you're seeking pleasure. And this is what I'm saying. If you do not want to be exclusive, keep it a buck 50 and just say that shit from the jump, because you will save yourself so much time and so many headaches. And earlier in the video, he himself mentioned he's moving sloppy and lying to preserve the ass. And that's all I have to say here. He is a pleasure seeker, and he wants to perpetuate finding pleasure and then finding pleasure consistently, which is why he thinks being married to multiple women is a great idea until everything outside of the bedroom. Because that's when shit is going to hit the fan. Because again, you cannot meet the needs of 4 different people, in my example, at once. You can't meet the needs of 4 different women with 4 different personalities, with 4 different interests. And I'm going to cut it there. Again, shout out to Mr. Oshay Duke Jackson. Even though I disagree with a lot of the shit he really said here, a lot of the things that he was really trying to paint, in the end he was like, it's great to have options. Hey, it's perfectly fine to have options, but you can't have options and then try to exercise exclusivity, because at that point you're just creating problems for yourself. Like he said himself, he was messy and he chose to do shit that was intentionally going to fuck him over. Oh, I intentionally lied so I could get booty. You're not giving yourself any real excuse me. You're not giving yourself anything else but a headache. And it's very sad to see this. It's very sad to see and hear this form of opinion from someone who's much older than I am. And honestly, he should be more wise in reference to really relationship building. But again, this information is not coming from a man who's seeking to build a family. There's no way, because the shit you're saying makes no sense. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. But I just want to ask, tell me your opinions, guys. Tell me, where you feel I was wrong. Tell me what you think of his own opinions. But I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to Damaged Goods. I hope you guys have a great one. If you have any other videos you'd like for me to react to, drop the links in the description, or just leave a comment for me, or find the creator's channel. That's perfectly fine. But thank you for tuning in, and stay safe. Some wild shit, boy. That was some wild. That was some cowboy wild shit, nigga. Damn.